Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Archives. In this episode we're going to be looking at Arbok, a Pokemon from Generation 1. So let's get going. Arbok is number 24 in the Kanto and National Pokedexes and number 51 in the Johto Pokedex. It is the Cobra Pokemon and is a poison type. Arbok can have 3 different abilities: Intimidate, Shed Skin and Unnerve. Intimidate reduces the Pokemon's attack by 1 stage when Arbok is put out into battle, and Shed Skin allows Arbok to heal itself from status ailments at the end of its turns. Unnerve, on the other hand, makes the opponent Pokemon unable to eat a held berry. Arbok is available for catch in several games, for example in Red, in Gold, Silver and Crystal, and also in Fire Red, and via the Dongle thing in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum for Fire Red again, and also available in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Now looking at Arbok's base stats, you can see much like its pre-evolution Ekans, it has high attack and a fairly high speed stat, but a low health points and defense stats, as it's not really a Pokemon you expect to last long in the battle. Keeping in line with its high attack stat, defeating an Arbok will yield 2 attack EVs, and it is in the Field and Dragon breeding groups with a minimum of 5,355 steps to hatch an egg. Due to it being a poison type Pokemon, Arbok is weak to ground and psychic type moves and resistant against fighting, poison, bug and grass type moves. You can now see Arbok's learn set for Generation 5 on screen, and it learns a fair few poison type moves, including Coil and Gunk Shot. You can now see the TMs and HMs that Arbok can learn in Generation 5. These include the ones that Ekans can learn, and also stuff like Giga Impact in there, Hyper Beam, and Dragon Tail due to it being a fully evolved Pokemon. Like our Ekans, the moves that Arbok can learn for breeding are shown on screen. We have some Poison type moves, and also some Dark type moves. Finally, via tutoring, there are a few more moves here again, including Gunk Shot, Giga Drain, and I don't think Spite was there last time, it might have been, but there are some few extra additions there. Now, being in the NU tier, Arbok has kind of carved a niche for itself knowing Coil, so that's what we're going to focus on for our setup. We have offensive Coil here, item being Black Sludge, ability being Intimidate or Shed Skin, depending on your preference, and nature being preferably Jolly. Moveset, you want Coil, Gunk Shot, Aqua Tail and Earthquake, and Sucker Punch. EVs, you want to put 4 in health points, 252 in attack and 252 in speed. Now, it's actually a surprisingly effective type, Poison in NU, due to the lack of steel types in this tier. So and most offensive teams can struggle to take more than 1 Gunk Shot, so a single mistake allowing your Arbok to set up can be very, very fatal. An Ekans will evolve into an Arbok starting at level 22, making it a fairly quickly evolving Pokemon, so you can have a fairly strong Pokemon on your team. And finally, onto some trivia. In the most infamous Pokemon Trainer's Choice in A Fan with a Plan, Arbok was erroneously claimed to evolve into Seviper, which is a bad move really. In Generation 1 games, Arbok had a pair of black stripes in a pattern on its back. This has never appeared in any future generations. The face-like pattern on Arbok's chest has differences between games. In the sprites in Generation 1, 4 and 5 and Fire and Leaf Green differ from the ones in Generation 2 and Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. This supports Pokedex text which notes differences between Arbok in different areas. However, its marks from Gold, Silver and Crystal and the ones from Heart Gold and Soul Silver are not the same, despite all these games being placed in Johto. It should also be noticed that the other media has featured more variations. The Adventure series suggests that it can change the pattern, as done by Agatha's Arbok, based on Arbok's concept art. The Dark Arbok card from the trading card game is also illustrated with another pattern. Arbok is the last Pokemon they featured on the Kanto Poké Ramp, and it is also the only Pokemon with a base stat of 438. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it very much, and do not forget to tune in next time. Remember to be sure to leave a like, a comment, and of course subscribe so you don't miss these videos. Goodbye, guys.